Hey, it's Jenny. You're tuning in to me gel printing some base layers onto canvases as part of an art round robin with friends. What is a round robin? According to Merriam-Webster's online dictionary, round robin, noun. Definition 1A, a written petition, memorial, or protest to which the signatures are affixed in a circle so as not to indicate who signed first. Or, a statement signed by several persons. Further, something, such as a letter, sent in turn to the members of a group, each of whom signs and forwards it, sometimes after adding comment. 2. Round table. 3. A tournament in which every contestant meets every other contestant in turn. Or 4. A series or round. I chose to use a palette of greens for this series of 3 canvases, mostly because I was inspired by the title of the project, Round Robin or Robin. The song Rockin' Robin by the Jackson 5 got into my head, and so I kind of snapped a few pictures that morning while walking Max and tried to picture spots where I might see a robin bird. Gel printing, in my opinion, is a really good way to put base layers onto a canvas. You get a bunch of random patterns and color variations and some really yummy texture. And as you can see, it doesn't actually cover the entire surface of the canvas, but darn close. Which I think this is perfect for this project because I think we are going to pass these canvases on to another artist participant, and they will have a chance to add their mark on it, put their spin on it, add layers, and so leaving just a tiny bit of white space for the next person who gets to play on the canvas to interpret and add to and go from there. So as you can see, if you've been watching the video while I've been talking and introducing the project, the process is pretty simple. Squirt a little bit of acrylic paint, well, not a little bit, but a moderate amount of acrylic paint onto a gel press plate and brayering it out smooth. As you can see in this particular pull, I guess, I had a little bit too much paint and I'm probably rolling my brayer off on the surface. If it seemed like it was taking a long time to get to this next stage where I lay down a stencil and then actually print it onto a canvas, taking care to press down hard into the spaces of the openings of the stencil in order to be able to remove all the paint. Pick it up. And here's the reveal where you can see we've got some good coverage of paint. Nice impression. From there I can lift up the stencil and make another print based on the wet paint that was still left underneath the stencil plastic. Place down another canvas and rub all over to get the paint to stick onto the canvas rather than the plate. Still a bunch of paint left over on the plate after that. From there, I decided to take a look at the canvas and get my game plan in mind on where I'm going to place the canvas down onto the gel plate so I can sort of control the process. As this printmaking session continues, you can see me picking up, placing down, moving around the canvas in the directions that it's facing, basically just to pull up all of the wet paint and get some yummy texture and color, basically covering the entire surface of the canvas until I'm happy with how it looks. Then moving next to a freshly cleaned gel plate and placing down more paint and basically repeating the process. So I hope you enjoy continuing to watch how I do these prints, and then eventually we'll begin to print on the edges of the canvases. So going back to the actual type of bird that inspired this whole color palette choice, I love the American robin, and seeing them is totally a joyful sign that is welcome at any time of the year, but especially in the winter, when sometimes I'm surprised by seeing them then and there. It's like, what are you doing here? It's so dang cold. So for those of you who are still here watching this video and listening to my commentary on the subject, thank you. Maybe you would like to know a little bit more about the robin. Well, I just so happen to have an encyclopedia from 1971, I believe. And so I'm going to read the encyclopedia entry about robin for you now. Robin is a well-known American thrush that grows about 9 to 10 inches long. The male has a brownish orange-red breast, brownish-gray upper parts, and a blackish head. Its white throat is streaked with black, and its outer tail feathers are tipped with white. The female is usually slightly smaller than the male and of duller color. Robins are the state birds of Connecticut, Michigan, and Wisconsin. Robins live in North America from Georgia to Alaska. In winter, they may fly as far south as Mexico, but they are among the last birds to leave northern regions in autumn. Often, they linger until November and sometimes remain throughout the winter. When they winter in the south, robins are among the first birds to return north in spring. The first spring robin is a popular sign that winter will soon be over. Robins are friendly and gay. They like to live in open areas near people. John Burroughs, the American naturalist, called the robin the most native and democratic of American birds. Few birds have more dignity and beauty, or a lovelier song. During the mating season, the males fill the air with joyful ringing notes. Their song sounds as if they were singing, "Cheerily, cheerily, cheerily." Robins frequently return to the same place each year to build their nests. Their favorite nesting places are in the fork between two branches, on a horizontal branch, or on a shelf or ledge of a barn or house. They form a cup-shaped structure from grass stems, roots, twigs, rags, string, and paper. They use mud to hold the nest together. Then they line it with dry grasses. The female does most of the work in building the nest. The male often accompanies her on trips to and from the nest. The female lays and incubates 3 to 6 delicate blue eggs for about 2 weeks. When the young hatch, the male helps feed them. Robins may have 2 or 3 broods during the spring and summer. These birds are greedy eaters, and about half of their diet consists of fruit. They prefer wild fruit, and farmers can help protect valuable crops by planting wild fruit-bearing shrubs and trees nearby. Robins also eat insects. The European robin, also called the redbreast, is smaller than the American robin, but its plumage is similar. It is also a thrush. According to an old English legend, this pious bird with the scarlet breast, quote unquote, mercifully picked a thorn from the crown of Christ as he was on his way to Calvary. As the bird carried the thorn in its beak, a drop of blood fell from the thorn to its breast, dyeing it red. So now comes the time of the video where I get to reflect on the project thus far and contemplate about future steps in the process. Since there's actually 3 canvases that I ended up with, my plan is to have one canvas go into the group, the round robin group, I guess. One I am planning on exchanging with my mom, and a third canvas I think would be really interesting to kind of do all myself. So because there's that single canvas that I'm going to work on completely solo, I think it somehow frees it up more to have no expectations or whatever, that limitations, that type of thing, for the one that's going into the round robin group. And so you do not have to continue with the robin theme. Obviously, if you are a artist who is participating in this, feel free to take that canvas the whatever direction you like. I'm not totally married to it. I'm just sort of telling you about my process and how I got to the palette that I'm working with, the stencils that I chose. So like I said, if you're watching this video and you are one of the artists who may potentially receive this canvas to work on, I encourage you to take artistic license with it, go in whatever direction it calls you, and just have fun. Because to me, art is about having fun, creating, expressing oneself, and just going with the flow. So in this last section here, I am working with some permanent green light, the color, just to sort of bring some brightness and a pop and a limey fun flavor here. Not to go all nerdy on you here, though I think I might have thrown that out the window by reading to you out of the dictionary and the encyclopedia, but I really do get kind of interested in the symbolism of color. So I guess the color green makes me think of go. According to incredibleart.org, green can symbolize nature, environment, health, good luck, renewal, youth, spring, generosity, fertility, the heart chakra, and much more. So I thank you for joining me today and watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and maybe we'll give gel printing a try on canvases. Thanks. Bye.